Hello and welcome today to the first North American ESL Go4 Cup of 2015. We are Digital Pro Sports. I am Hurix, and with me today, as always, is Czech.
Yo, guys.
This cup will serve as the first of 4 opportunities that teams will have to each weekend in January to be invited to the WTS Invitational Qualifier on February 7th. That Invitational will allow any team that wins that to go ahead and have an opportunity to play for a bunch of money at PAX East in Boston in March. So,
$25,000.
A lot of money on the
line. Winning, guys. This is the first, as Hurix mentioned, this is the first qualifier event. We are running these events every Sunday for this month. In order to qualify for the WTS Invitational, you're going to have to take either first or second place in one of these qualifier or events, one of these ESL Go4 Cups. Now, there is also money on the line today. The winners will get $400 cash, and the second place team will also get $100. So a little bit of money today, but a chance for a lot of money and a chance to go to this WTS qualifier on February 7th. So let's go ahead and cut into our first match where we have 2 teams that are relatively new to the NA scene. We're actually going to be showing to you guys today Paradox versus Charr, You Mad Bro. I love that name. Absolutely dig that name. So I can't wait to see how these 2 teams perform on stream for you guys today. So without further ado, Charr, You Mad Bro is going to be the red team. Paradox will be the blue team. I'm going to go ahead and walk you guys through Charr, You Mad and their builds that they are running right now. First, their engineer running with that Celestial. Actually, no, not running with that. Running with a Rabid build. Sorry, I misspoke there. Running with the Balthazar NG build. Going with a pistol, shield. Also going with the trait 60062. And then going down and looking at their Guardian right away, he's running an altruistic healing Bunker Guardian, running with the Cleric's Amulet, the Rune of the Soldier, going with the Mace and Shield, and also with the Staff, traits being 01661. Next, we'll go ahead and look at the Ranger. I was looking at his build just a couple of minutes ago. He's actually going with kind of an old school style Ranger, going with that Spirit Ranger build, kind of the build that used to be the standard Ranger build for a very long time. He's running with the Celestial Amulet, going with the Rune of the Undead, Axe, Torch, and then also going with the Sword, Warhorn. Next, we have a Thief. This Thief is running with the Zerker Amulet, Rune of Strength. He's going with the short bow and the dagger pistol, running with the traits 26006. Last but not least, we have an Elementalist. He's running Dagger, Celestial Amulet, Rune of the Strength, and he's running those traits 00266. Here, why don't you go ahead and look at Team Paradox, run us through their builds real fast.
All right, first up, we've got Stalacta. He's going to be running DDLA today. He's got the Holbrack Runes and Celestial Amulet. He's going to be running the trait setup of 00266, pretty standard there. Next up, we got Mime. Mime's going to be playing Mesmer today. He's been playing for a long time, and he's going to be playing Staff Greatsword with Runes of the Pack, Berserker Amulet, and the traits being 44006. Next up, we have Katz, and he's going to be doing Sword Dagger build. He's got Strength Runes, he's got Berserker Amulet, and he's got the traits being an Acro setup 20066. Next, we have the Swirls. He's going to be playing an NG for us today. He's going to be playing Celestial Rifle. He's going to be playing it with the Strength Runes as well as the trait setup of 60044. Last but not least, we have Milo Storm. He's going to be playing a Sword Warhorn Shouts build today with the longbow there, and he's going to be playing it with a Soldier Rune, Celestial Amulet, and the traits being 00464. So without further ado, let's get these teams readied up and let's get into the first match of the day.
All right, remember, guys, this is a best 2 out of 3. The first map will be on Forest. Forest, the points are kind of shaped in a triangle. They're pretty close together, so it's easy to push the far node if you so choose to. You do see a lot of teams like to stack up on that side gate or at least send 1 or 2 people in sort of a 3-point strategy. Neither team looks like they're going to be crossing, though, as they're both kind of going for the safe route. They're going to both take their close node, and then they're going to push into keep. So we're going to see that first team fight head up into keep right away here, where we go ahead and see Mila has already started getting on that point for the blue team. On the same time, you have the Elementalist for Charr Madbro doing the same thing. Looking at these comps, it's interesting. Charr Madbro is kind of running an older style comp. With that Bunker Guardian and then also the Spirit Ranger. You don't see a lot of Spirit Rangers these days specifically. It's more about Engineers and Elementalists at the moment, and even Necro on high level and North American meta. So it's going to be interesting to see how this more old school comp fares against the celestial, more standard builds that are being run by Paradox. But Paradox also, running with the Mesmer and Thief combination here is going to have a lot more burst, and we see them already using that to good effect, as they've already taken down 2 members of the red team actually 3 members now, as the Elementalist goes ahead and misforms onto the point to try to get closer to his teammates, but nobody is there to res them. And it looks like it's going to be 3 members of the red team already in the downstate and on respawn, or going into respawn shortly. Blue team takes that point pretty handedly, and they have an early advantage as we end the early stages of this game. Paradox is kind of pulling ahead now thanks to that easy victory on keep. So red team's going to have to rebound here, and they already decided to push the far node with at least 1 member of their team, but we do see, and actually going for a back cap too. That was Paradox that got the back cap. Even though the red team was very aggressive going for the henge node, they lost their close node already to a back cap. They're going to have to fight over that and try to get that back as well. So just not looking good for the red team here in the early stages.
Yeah, not at all. Charr Madbro did a pretty good job, Paradox did a pretty good job in making sure that Charr Madbro's players came in, respawned in different phases, so that way they all wouldn't come back at once. They've been kind of cycling in one at a time, and that's been causing Charr Madbro's players to just be wiped out one at a time very quickly, because they didn't have the support of the entire team yet in any of these fights that they've had since that first engagement up at Keep. And looking at it right now, it looks like Paradox has a lot of control of them over the map. Neither team really going for any boss kills. They're just kind of doing a little dance right now. It looks like there was a little bit of a lag happening between both members of Paradox and Charr Madbro, just kind of staring each other down, doing a little dance, trying to gather up as many players as they can before they made this push that we can see on the screen here. And it looks like they're going to try to make a little go for the keep here. And team captain Jeff right there just trying to put a line down so that he can make sure that his teammates get up there. But Turtle was kind of left behind, and he gets dropped into the downstate. So they're probably not going to be able to get him up there. He's probably going to get bled out. Actually, never mind. One of the players actually ran over there and got him right back up. Looks like Crayon actually get dropped into the downstate, and he instant vapored, probably on accident there, but they're going to try to get him up. But the stomp comes out, and he's down. They actually decapped mine, actually. Charr Madbro lost that mine point during this fight here, and the Cats actually cycled back over, and now it's just a huge skirmish right here with Charr Madbro really just falling apart in front of our eyes here. Paradox doing a great job in handling them in this team fight. This is looking pretty decisive for Paradox.
Yeah, I mean, again, they're running just sort of an older style team comp here. You really don't see a lot of these kind of builds right now. It's all about more self-sustaining builds that can fight well on 3 points in these more skirmish-style conflicts. So they, again, lost their mine point to a decap, haven't been able to get that back yet. And it looks like Paradox is already going to kind of coast into the mid stages of this game pretty handedly now, as they're just going to start to kind of trickle in to the mine, try to keep that decap for as long as possible, build their lead. If you are Charr Madbro, you need to do what the Ranger's doing right now, which is go for a back cap, try to split up the blue team. I don't think Charr Madbro's Ranger realizes that he's the only one on that side of the map. Everybody else is on the mine node, so he can easily get the full cap here if he wants to, and it looks like he is going to stay and get that full cap. So while we have this fight going on over at the mine, and it looks like the blue team is actually winning that team fight now as another member goes into the downstate for the red team. They are going to get the res off, though, so good teamwork there, getting on that body and picking him up right away, but 2 members of the red team still remain low in this fight on mine. The red team did get a little bit momentum going. They got the henge point. Now the ranger needs to start going for another one. Again, the red Charr Mad Bros Thief smartly going for a back cap on the keep. Blue team better watch themselves here. They need to start spreading out and going for other points. Otherwise, we're going to see Charr Mad Bro build up a little bit of momentum here in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at it right now, it looks like Paradox is really just handling a lot of these team fights. Charr Mad Bro is having a hard time gaining a foothold in any of these engagements. It really seems like one of them falls apart, one of them goes down, they go for the pickup, and the cleave is too strong, and they just lose the momentum at that point, and it just goes downhill from there. Zerko right now is down. Team captain is down. The Guardian, Crayon is down, and they're all kind of cycling in, like I said before, very slowly, one at a time, and it's making the team fights even harder in the long run. They're all spread out. They're not really together. It seems like there might be a problem with communication in terms of actually what they're doing in the team fights. And that's really what's kind of bringing them down right now, and that's why Paradox is shining so much. They're communicating well. They have pretty good rotations going on right now, and they're really just sticking it to them right now. They've got a 2-cap. They're doing pretty well on that hinge fight over there on the left side of the on the map there, and that's the 3-cap right there. They're really showing that they're a force to be reckoned with today.
Yeah, and you know, Paradox's Guardian there, Charr Mad Bros Guardian there just made a mistake. You know, if you're Guardian, you're really not going to be dealing much damage. So you don't want to be going onto, or Bunker Guardian at least, is not going to be dealing much damage. So you don't want to be going onto a point alone, especially a point that is full cap by the opposing team, because you're not going to kill the person that's on there without team support. Now that team support comes in though, so let's see if they're able to go ahead and get some momentum going here. But with 404 to 101, this first match is going to go pretty handedly in favor of Team Paradox here. Charr Mad Bro just, I guess, sort of, you know, just outfought in these really big team battles. As we see here, you know, 3 members of the red team goes right into the downstate, you know, trying to res one of their teammates. The cleave damage being put out by Team Paradox is just way too much for the red team to handle, as we now see 4 of them about to go on respawn here with just the Elementalist still alive. The Elementalist is trying to peel away from the mine, but he dives right back in.
He's just going right on in there.
All right, well, this is going to go in favor of Team Paradox, 501 to 101. Wow, good stuff coming out from Team Paradox. You know, looking at Team Paradox, they do have some notable players on there. I know Mile has been playing Elementalist normally for quite some time. He's now on Warrior for the first time in this comp. He actually just mentioned in map chat that he's only got 13 games on Warrior, so he's a player that is you know, pretty well established in the scene, but playing a new class for some time. And then we all know about Mime. Mime has been kind of a regular for us specifically. We've seen him play a lot on various different teams here. So, you know, Paradox does have some good players on it. It's going to be interesting.
Angelic Synergy, I think he went on to Team Holy as well. So, yeah, they've definitely got guys that have been around for a while. Looking at the red team, though, you know, not the same resume. No. So definitely can see how that kind of stacks up, where the problems may lie there.
And you never know what new team is going to come onto the scene, right? You know, looking at the tournament bracket here, you've got quite a lot of you know, the NA scene is always in flux, right? You've got the Abjured at the top, but then all of these other players are just sort of filling in rosters,
and even the
teams
Abjured
fall
kind
apart,
of
and
moving
then,
around and stuff
even
like that
Abjured
too,
has seen a lot of change over the last couple of months with their own roster. I mean, just replacing one of their members recently, even after winning the WTS. So, you know, the NA scene constantly in flux. You never know what new team is going to come together and start turning some heads. So, good stuff coming out from Team Paradox in that match. Let's go ahead and see what they're able to do in this second match, this time on Legacy of the Faux Fire. Remember, guys, Legacy of the Faux Fire, completely different map than Force. It's got a completely different mechanic to it. On Forest, it's all about those bosses that spawn in the upper left, upper right-hand corner. Here, there is a guild lord that spawns in the upper right and lower left-hand corner of the screen. That guild lord is actually worth 150 points. That means if your team has 350 points, it's an instant win for your team. Also, the graveyard point is bigger. It's about twice the size as those two side nodes. That means that it takes a lot longer for that to be capped. That is going to favor teams that are able to win big team fights, as that node normally requires multiple people in order to decap and cap. So going to be interesting to see if Charr Madbro makes any adjustments to their comp, seeing as how that first game went. I'm going to go ahead and look at their builds. I'm not seeing any changes, though. It looks like they're going to stick with their what they got, maybe work on their rotations a little bit. So let's go ahead and get these teams readied up and see how they perform in this next match. So we're just waiting on them to ready up here. Actually, just waiting on one member of the red team to ready up. And there he goes. So the match is going to go ahead and get started. And let's look at the splits. Now, normally you see a 2-2-1 here or a 2-1-2. Teams like to play on 3 points here, specifically because the graveyard node normally takes so long to cap. Going to be interesting, though, since last game I did see kind of a more conservative breakout for both teams. Going to be interesting to see what the teams do here. Looks like the red team is sending at least 3 people either towards the graveyard or the waterfall. Looks like they're pushing up towards the waterfall. That's good for the red team because they only have one member of the blue team opposing them, but another member, that is Mila and his warriors, sensing that there might be a stealth up play happening here. Let's go ahead and cut to the waterfall and see if anybody from the blue team is going to see this play coming out from the red team. Red team going ahead and hopping on that, let's see here, that's an engineer that was trying to cap that point, but 2 or 3 members of the blue team are now on this point, so it is a 3v3 team fight here, Herix. The Charr Madbro not doing that bad in this team fight, dishing it out just as much as they're taking, but there you go, and one of their teammates goes into the downstate. That's the Thief. The Elementalist, it looks like, also went down over on mid and got capped there. Corey has also been capped by Paradox, so a great start for Team Paradox. That aggressive play coming out from Charr Madbro, just not cutting it here, as Team Paradox rotated very quickly over to that node and was able to defend it quickly enough and win those fights on the other points.
Yeah, Zerko actually did a pretty good job using his spirit, getting his teammates back up. Unfortunately, they didn't do too much once they got back up. They're actually back downstated. Sorry, I'm Spec and Turtle as well downstated right now. Zerko went into the downstate as well, but he's going to get picked back up. Looks like Mila's in here just doing some work. And, looking at Swirls, Mila, Stalactid, they're all pressured. They all got some pressure on them right now. But the thing is that as opposed to what Creon and Sari and Zerko, and they're absolutely just handling this Charr Madbro team right now. It's going to be ran up 100-0 at the moment. They're going to get a 3 cap going. This is definitely going up. This could potentially be a 500-0 if Charr Madbro can't pick something up, get something together, and move on to one of these points and win some of these team fights.
Yeah, if you are Charr Madbro, it is really hard to come back on this map once an opposing team starts rolling. So you really got to try to split up the Team Paradox here and try to get some favorable matchups. You don't want to all just rotate into 1 point together, because then that's just going to allow Team Paradox to fight on a node that they have a big team battle that, as you have seen, has been going pretty much in favor of Team Paradox this entire match, as with the last one. So, if you are Charr Madbro right now, you want to try to split up Team Paradox with a different split. Don't send everybody to 1 point, and it looks like they're doing that. I mean, they've sent some members over to the graveyard. That fight, unfortunately, did not last very long, so you've got 3 members of the red team, or sorry, 2 members of the red team currently fighting on Corey, but just so much damage being put out by those 3 members of Team Paradox, where the Elementalist is just not able to get himself healed up in time. He's going to go into the downstate again. The Guardian, though, going for the res. Shield of Absorption comes out. Let's see if he's able to get it up in time, but a lot of cleave was coming out there. The Thief tried to join the fray and just got put into the downstate as well. So has the Guardian, and that is a full wipe on that Quarry node. Man, just Team Paradox is rolling here pretty easily in this match. I really didn't expect this. I honestly didn't. Whenever I see a new team on the stage, especially in these early rounds, I like to look at them and see what they can do in this match. But just Team Paradox is rolling pretty easily in this game. Not expected for me. It's just, I think, a little bit of issues with the comp that Charr Madbro is running, just compared to Team Paradox. Paradox is running just more of a meta build for their comp. And then on top of that, Paradox so fast with their rotations because they're able to win these fights so quickly.
Yeah, but conversely, we can look at it the other way. Paradox is a team that we're going to have to look at going into the rest of this day. I mean, we have a lot of good teams lined up. We have the Absurd, we have the Absurd, we have Dodge or Die, we have Paradox, we have Radioactive. We have a lot of good teams that could contend for those top 2 spots. And looking at the way that Paradox is playing right now, they're really showing that they might have the ability to contend for that. So I think it'll be interesting to see for the rest of the day with how they're playing right now, how they're handling these team fights, how they're rotating. That's going to be something to look out for, Justin.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I like what Paradox is doing here. If you are a veteran team with a lot of veteran players, you're looking to develop some form of chemistry, and this is definitely a chemistry-developing win for them if they're able to just keep rolling. They're already going for the Lord, looking to end this match quickly enough. Charr Madbro was able to get a decap and a cap on that Corey node, but nobody is going over to that Guild Lord, so it looks like this is going to be a pretty easy 2-0 victory for Team Paradox. There you go. The Lord just was killed. Not bad, from Team Paradox. Also, this is Charr Madbro's first time out. Got to hand it to them for coming out here and at least giving it their all. Now they have some tape on themselves that they can go back and look at. Yep. And try to learn from their mistakes, maybe adjust their comp a little bit, maybe look into the meta just a little bit more, and then on top of that, just sort of learn from the mistakes and the rotations that they made, making sure that a bunker is not rotating onto a point that is capped by another team when nobody else is around there to handle it, or something similar like that. Just learning from your mistakes as new players. So my hat is tipped to Charr Madbro. They did give it their all, and I got to hand it to them. But Paradox is going to take that 2-0 pretty handily and move on to the next round.
I think they definitely need to take a look at how they operate in their team fights. That's something that you really have to get down in these high-level play in these tournaments there. Yeah,
healing,
getting on these targets, taking them down. They had a lot of trouble actually getting anyone down, even that thief in there. They had a lot of trouble getting cats down. That needs to be a target that you can get down quick. Stuff like that, you really need to be able to get down. Make sure you guys understand what you're doing for the reses. They did pretty good with the one Spirited Natures that they had. That was pretty good. The thing is that they really need to get up and then do something with it, turn that into their favor. So they can look at that. They can look at their rotations and see what's going on with that. But I'm glad that they came out. I have to, as you said, tip your hat to them. So I'm glad you guys came out and tried. So that was awesome.
Yeah, and we'd like to see more teams actually taking a shot and coming out here. You don't have to win every time, but the experience itself is good enough to learn from at least, because if you're playing against high-level players, you start learning from the mistakes that you made from these guys. So without further ado, we are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to show our quarterfinal match. I believe that is going to feature Team Radioactive, but I'm not 100% sure, but when we have that, we'll post that on the away message for you guys. So again, quick break, and we'll be back in just a second with our quarterfinal match.